Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajeem. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. This is Ghazala Amin with another lecture for PRM 700, which would be the Advanced Project Management within the MSPM program. We are steadily moving and covering all of the knowledge areas as prescribed by PMI, Project Management Institute. The 9 knowledge areas are considered the different parts of the complete knowledge area or the complete tools and techniques that encompasses the project management field of knowledge. We have covered so many before. This would be the project time management. As I explained in the project cost management presentation and lecture, the triple constraint, the boundaries that limits the project manager or gives him or her the boundary to actually compare the plan versus the actual progress or the status of the project are the triple constraints, and project time management will be considered one of those constraints. Project cost management would be one of them, and then the scope and the requirement being the other one, along with project time management, like I've already said. Moving on. For the knowledge area project time management, the reference study material, if you go and follow the PMI's PMBOK, which is the project management body of knowledge, it would be chapter 6 within the 4th edition. The study notes are your invaluable tools, which focuses on the concise and precise information that is needed and touches upon every area of that particular knowledge area that will be needed if you pursue the PMP, Project Management Professional Exam, or any other industry certification, or just making sure that you are talking the same language that every other project manager uses from processes perspective. Again, more reference material would be Dr. Harold Kersness and focus on chapter 12 for this particular knowledge area. The project parameter time. All projects have a lifespan, namely the interval between the point in time the project formally commences and the point in time when it is completed or, in an unfortunate situation, prematurely terminated. The project lifespan can range from very short, for example, 1 week for recataloguing books in a public library, that is a very short project, to a very long, for example, 8 years for the construction of a large dam with attached electric power generating station. So, no matter where you are, what kind of project you are doing, but obviously you always have a time boundary. Remember the definition of the project, which is a temporary endeavor created to produce a unique product or service. Okay, the temporary, that means it has a start date and an end date. As with the cost project management, it is often difficult to determine the lifespan of a project with a high level of accuracy, especially in the project's early stages. Schedule overruns, just like cost overruns, are very common in projects, and like cost overruns, they too are also considered a manifestation of project failure. जिस तरह से हम project boundaries define करते हैं, time हो, cost हो या scope हो, any changes in that are not handled accurately can cause your project to be either troubled and then moving on, अगर उसको सही से हमने catch नहीं किया या उसको हमने संभाला नहीं from documentation and status reporting perspective, तो ये eventually troubled के बजाय failure की तरफ चला जाएगा. Some of the project parameters within the time management knowledge area are project activities, dependency relationships between the project activities, project activity duration estimation. We also will identify project milestones. Project milestones क्या होते हैं? Milestones are reasons for celebration. जिस तरह से अगर हम लाहौर से इस्लामाबाद तक जाते हैं, तो while we are on the motorway, you see these little markers जो रोड के पे खड़े होते हैं. वो कहते हैं हम इतना ट्रैवल कर लिया, या 200 किलोमीटर से अगर डिस्टेंस है तो हमने अब 50 कर लिया, अब 100 कर लिया, और it also gives a direction or a sense of feeling that we are on the right track of progress. That is what milestones are. Appropriately defined and appropriately identified milestones are reasons for celebration and reasons to cheer the team to continue on the right path of success. Project milestones के बाद project schedule baseline and project Gantt charts. You also would hear of terminology called network diagrams. इसमें हम बात करेंगे arrow on arrow की और arrow on node की. Critical path method. ये चीज हम पहले भी डिस्कस कर चुके हैं, जहां आपने critical path निकाला था, और फिर आगे प्रोग्राम इवैल्यूएशन रिव्यू टेक्निक, जिसको हम PERT कहते हैं, PERT. उसके बाद क्रैशिंग द प्रोजेक्ट. जो टर्मिनोलॉजी हमने पहले भी इस्तेमाल की प्रोजेक्ट कॉस्ट मैनेजमेंट में, वो अर्न वैल्यू मेथड है. अर्न वैल्यू मेथड का सबसे आसान तरीका या आसान डेफिनेशन विल बी प्लान्ड वर्सेस द एक्चुअल प्रोग्रेस और उनकी वेरिएंसेस को आइडेंटिफाई करना. उसके बाद टाइम मैनेजमेंट ट्रेनिंग फॉर प्रोजेक्ट स्टाफ. These are just the important topics in project time management. हम लोग obviously सब कुछ नहीं cover कर सकते हैं. Because of the time constraint, I am putting a limit of 1 lecture to this very important knowledge management concept. However, there is another class in project management as an elective, which is project constraint management, which is 16 weeks of just focusing on project cost management, project time management and project scope management. और इंशाल्लाह in detail we should be able to cover all these knowledge areas, ये जो 3 जिनको मैंने भी mention किया है, in that particular class. So on a high level, PMBOK area time management. PMBOK क्या कहती है from definition perspective? Project time management include the processes required to ensure the completion of the project within the time frame which has been allocated for it. Processes covered under project time management are activity definition, activity resource estimating, activity duration estimation, schedule development, and schedule control. Like some of the processes, you actually can guess which phase each one of these will fall under. Project time management. Like the name, it includes the processes required to ensure timely completion of the project. It enables effective management of time and resources assigned to project tasks. Project time management, अगर हम poor time management कर रहे हैं और effectively नहीं manage कर पा रहे हैं अपना time, जिस तरह से भी हमने एक्टिविटीज को टाइम एलोकेट किया है, और तो देयर इज ऑलवेज अ रीजन बिहाइंड व्हाई दैट इज हैपनिंग. जो प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट के स्किल्स होते हैं उनमें एक ये भी चीज होती है कि जो लोग अच्छे से टाइम मैनेज नहीं कर पाते, दे एक्चुअली डिस्प्ले सम ऑफ दीज ट्रेट्स. सबसे पहला जो है, डिफिकल्टी इन सेइंग नो. वी आर all of us kind of fall into this trap where we get to do different things at different time, और हम अपनी जो प्रायोरिटीज हैं उनको साइड पे करके लोगों की बात मानने या करने पे मजबूर हो जाते हैं. कई दफा because our bosses and our seniors are actually expecting us to do something, because they are saying it. Sometimes people that we really respect a lot asks us to do something. हमको पता है कि हमारे project my project time will get hurt because of it, but because of trying to fulfill those other tasks, I'm going to put that on the side burner and continue to move and do other things which are or should be low on my priority list. हम सबके साथ ये होता है, ऐसी कोई नई चीज नहीं है, मगर इस पे we should learn to move on and learn and educate ourselves how to tactfully say no when we really cannot manage things. फिर एक और चीज, लैक ऑफ सेल्फ डिसिप्लिन। हम में से बहुत कम लोग ऐसे हैं जो इस चीज को एडमिट करेंगे कि हमारे अंदर सेल्फ डिसिप्लिन की कमी है, मगर कई दफा हमको काम करना होता है, मगर आई कैन नॉट resist the temptation of having or going out and having tea with my friends, या spending the 20 more minutes on lunch. Sometime meetings में कई दफा आपको पता भी होता है कि nonsense kind of conversation शुरू हो गई है, which is very very irrelevant to the issues and the priorities of my project, but you continue to hang in there just to make sure कि टीम बिल्डिंग आपकी हर्ट नहीं हो रही हो, और you don't hurt other people's feelings when they're talking about their own problems or issues. फिर एक और चीज, poor time management is also caused by, जो हम लोगों में बहुत prevalent है, हमारी कल्चर में, हमारी सोसाइटी में, हमारे मुल्क में, is the bureaucracy. Bureaucracy exists in every section of our society. चाहे छोटी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन हो या बड़ी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन हो, knowingly or unknowingly we get trapped into the bureaucracy circle where there is so much of paperwork कि छोटे से काम के लिए भी 3 जगह हमको पेपर या फाइल घुमानी पड़ती है to get and inform people who literally don't know, but they will get very annoyed if they are not informed of every decision that I as a project manager need to take to ensure movement of my project in the right direction. फिर एक और चीज, ये सारे तो एक्सटर्नल चीजें हैं, मगर एक जो चीज है वो हमारे अंदर की है, वो लैक ऑफ डेलीगेशन. लैक ऑफ डेलीगेशन मीन्स दैट वी ऑलवेज कंसिस्टेंटली बिलीव दैट इफ आई डू द वर्क इट्स गोइंग टू गेट डन फास्टर एंड आई डोंट ट्रस्ट अदर्स टू डू दिस पर्टिकुलर वर्क. अगर ये ईमेल मैंने नहीं लिखी तो कंटेंट सही नहीं जाएगा, अगर मैंने ये काम नहीं किया तो ये डिले हो जाएगा, एंड इन द प्रोसेस ऑफ डूइंग दैट योर प्लेट बिकम्स रियली फुल और अदर्स कंटिन्यू टू टेक इट इजी. इट्स जस्ट योर कैपेबिलिटी, योर ओन कैपेबिलिटी एज अ मैनेजर टू बी अनएबल टू डेलीगेट टास्क्स टू अदर अप्रोप्रिएट रिसोर्सेज. फिर एक और चीज जो टाइम मैनेजमेंट, पुअर टाइम मैनेजमेंट कॉज करती है, वो है पुअर यूटिलाइजेशन ऑफ स्टाफ. अगर कोई एक काम करने वाला है तो उसी को हम काम दिए जाते हैं, और जो बाकी होते हैं वो दे आर टेकिंग इट इजी या उनके पास काम पहुंचता ही नहीं है. यू ऑफन हियर पीपल कंप्लेनिंग अबाउट दैट, सम पीपल आर कंप्लेनिंग दैट they are too busy, their plates are too full, they cannot handle all the tasks, or there are some that you lethargically see roaming around, taking it easy and just complaining that whenever new projects come in or whenever new opportunities come in, I am never contacted. A little bit of blame on them too, but more blame on the shoulders of project managers and project coordinators who cannot delegate tasks appropriately, and thus subsequently poor utilization of all staff members or equal utilization of all staff members. Project management processes की हमने बात की थी. टाइम मैनेजमेंट में अगर आप देखें तो सबसे ज्यादा प्रोसेसेस हैं, जिसमें 6 प्रोसेसेस हैं. You start off and there is, if you notice, there is none in the initiation phase. प्रोजेक्ट टाइम मैनेजमेंट कब शुरू होता है? व्हेन यू आर इन द प्लानिंग फेज. दैट मीन्स योर चार्टर हैज बीन साइंड ऑफ, यू हैव आइडेंटिफाइड योर स्टेक होल्डर्स, एंड नाउ यू आर इन द प्रोसेस ऑफ क्रिएटिंग अ WBS स्कोप में, जहां आपने लिस्ट ऑफ एक्टिविटीज निकाली है. उसके बाद आपने थोड़ा बहुत प्रोजेक्ट कॉस्ट मैनेजमेंट किया है, मगर उससे पहले ये प्रोजेक्ट टाइम मैनेजमेंट के प्रोसेसेस आते हैं, जिसमें सबसे पहला वो होता है where you are defining activities. पहला step into creating WBS is defining or listing down of activities. और फिर जब हम project time management के process में या knowledge area में आते हैं, फिर we are doing most of our processes within the planning phase. और सबसे important काम ये हो रहा होता है along with every other important work, मगर ये भी इसकी importance, you cannot undermine the importance of these processes. सबसे पहले you define the activities, उसके बाद you sequence the activities. कौन सी पहले होगी, kind of give them a chronological order. Once you have listed and sequenced the activities, उसके बाद आप क्या करते हैं, you are going to estimate activity resources. What kind of resources will be needed to work on these particular activities? जब ये हो जाता है तो अब हम activity duration का estimate करते हैं. जब ये सारा हो जाता है तो फिर पांचवा within the planning phase is development of a schedule, development of a time frame. कब start होके कब खत्म होगा. Not for the whole project in the beginning, but for individual activities. जब individual activities को आप list कर लेंगे तो obviously आपका starting date of the project to the end date of the project आ जाएगी. उससे ज्यादा पहले duration आ जाएगा, 1 साल, 2 साल, 6 महीने, 9 महीने, 8 साल, 10 साल, जो भी, whatever the duration of the project is. Once you have followed the whole set of processes for time management, in the execution phase or the controlling phase, what are you doing? You're only doing your schedule control. That means you are managing, you're looking at what was planned versus what is actually happening. So the combination or the planned versus the actual movement or the variances are identified and controlled within the controlling phase of the project. We will continue to look at each one of those processes. कितने थे? 6 processes थे, 5 planning phase में होते हैं, और last but not the least is within the controlling phase where you are doing the variances, where you are identifying and managing the variances. The first process in the planning phase for time management will be activity definition. It involves identifying and documenting the specific activities that must be performed in order to produce the deliverables and sub-deliverables identified in the work breakdown structure. ये जो sub-deliverables हैं, work breakdown structure के बाद ये काम हम शुरू करते हैं, where you are identifying and you're documenting all of the activities. अगर वो बड़ी activity है, and you can think, because now you are also progressing within the planning phase, you may have more resources or may have more data to take those tasks and divide them into subtasks. That is identifying and defining these activities. So activity definition में हम क्या काम करते हैं? सबसे पहला WBS जो कि create हो चुका है. We are going to review the structure of the WBS. Any additional constraints and assumptions are identified. और अब now we are going to go out and find technical leaders, experts, subject matter experts, चाहे वो inside organization से हो या बाहर से हो, जिस तरह से भी हो, we are going to go find them and we are going to procure their services. What does it result in? ये जो activity definition process है, it results in couple of things. Finalized activity list for project delivery. अब जो final list है of the activities to take the project from A to Z is made available not just to the project manager but for the project team also. Work breakdown structure updates are also made if needed, which based on our experiences is always needed. इस activity के बाद आप हमेशा add या delete करते हैं या update करते हैं work breakdown structure को. Definition का aspect हो गया है. We are going to move into sequencing of these activities, kind of giving them a chronological order of based on how things should be done. जब हमने experts को लाए, SMEs को लेके आए, अपने technical leaders को लाए, अपना data जो हमारे पास अब जमा हो गया उसको use किया. Now we'll be able to kind of list them in a certain order. It involves identifying and documenting interactivity logical relationships. बड़ा सा word है मगर इधर हम लोग predecessor, successor, linkages को develop कर रहे हैं. Activities must be sequenced accordingly and accurately to support later development of a realistic and achievable schedule. Realistic and achievable. Smart, specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. ठीक है? Based on all that information, I am going to sequence these activities and look at the estimates ताकि project is जिस तरह से linkage करना है, किसी कई activities parallel चल सकती हैं, कई activities के लिए हमको wait करना पड़ता है इस activity, और ये सारी हमने बातें कर चुके हैं network diagram में when we try to actually create and work through the steps of creating crashing या fast tracking या critical paths जब हमने determine किया था. Activity sequencing, इसमें हम क्या करते हैं? पहले तो हमने definition दे दी, ठीक है? सबसे पहले activity list is finalized. Mandatory dependencies are identified. Discretionary dependencies are identified. Sometimes there are also external dependencies that need to be identified. हो सकता है कि कोई government का काम है, उसके लिए there is, the elections are coming up, उस तरह की situation है, you would have to wait until the new government kicks in. और इस तरह की बहुत situation हो सकती हैं जहां अगर आप गाड़ी की कंपनी automotive industry में काम करते हैं तो most of the time if your project is timed, जहां नया मॉडल आने का टाइम हो जाता है या कोई नया ऑप्शन इंट्रोड्यूस कर रहे होते हैं मार्केट में, these are the external dependencies and sometimes you need to either wait for it or you need to expedite your own project to meet those external targets. Now the next one, milestones are identified. I have explained what the milestones are. Now since you have the activity list and you have sequenced the activity list appropriately, now what you need to do is you are in a position to actually create little markers. Milestones are zero duration targets, जिसको हम लोग एक लाइन आइटम प्लेस करते हैं, जीरो ड्यूरेशन देते हैं. और अगर आप माइक्रोसॉफ्ट प्रोजेक्ट में देखें गैंट चार्ट में तो माइलस्टोन्स लुक लाइक लिटिल डायमंड्स. For activity sequencing, there are two commonly used tools and techniques. या तो अगर आप सॉफ्टवेयर यूज करें माइक्रोसॉफ्ट प्रोजेक्ट या Primavera या कोई अदर, फिर देन दैट इज डिफरेंट. मगर द बेसिक जो हो रहा है उसके पीछे जो काम कर रहा होता है वो दो चीजें होती हैं. Precedence diagramming method, which is called the PDM, and then the arrow diagramming method, which is called the ADM. What does it result in? Following these tools and techniques, it results in a project network diagram. Schematic display of project activities showing you the logical relationships among these activities. And the network diagram could be either one of them, the ADM or the PDM. Activities will get further decomposed and redefined after establishing logical relationship. अगर आप सारी लिस्ट कर लें activities and every activity is done after the predecessor activity is completed, तो 2 साल का प्रोजेक्ट भी 10 साल या 12 साल में होता नजर आएगा. That is why it's so important that some activities are done in parallel. किसी को लैग करना है, किसी को लीड करना है. based on the PDM or the ADM tools. Let's look at what is precedence diagramming method. The PDM. Nodes represent activities. Arrows connect activities and show dependencies. Also referred to as activity on node. Uses 4 types of dependencies: finish to start, finish to finish, start to start, and start to finish. इसको हम commonly use करते हैं. Finish to start is FS, finish to finish is FF, start to start will be SS, and start to finish will be SF. The arrow diagramming method, the ADM, in this particular representation, the arrows represent activities connected at nodes showing dependencies. It is also referred to as activity on arrow. So, AOA, activity on arrow. This only uses finish to start dependencies. It may also use dummy activities. एक एग्जाम्पल यूज करते हैं हम लोग. इट्स अ प्रोजेक्ट नेटवर्क डायग्राम एग्जाम्पल. अगर आप देखें तो इनिशियल डेट, द इनिशिएशन डेट फॉर दिस प्रोजेक्ट is May 22nd, 5/22, May 22nd. And when does it launch? It launches on October 30th. There are different activities that are going on. Start of the activity and end of the activity are labeled appropriately. So if you look at the topmost, on June 2nd, the design transition is done, and June 7th, each one of those activities start. The first one, the CUPID unload, it could be any year, takes a month to complete. As soon as the first activity is completed, you can actually start off with the next activity, which is the mileage. So on July 28th, you can actually get that activity started. So on so forth. If you look at all these, you will understand that depends on the arrows. Your activity would actually have to wait or may not have to wait for some other parallel activities to finish before initiating. If you look at the dealer unload, it starts on June 7th and finishes off on June 23rd. As soon as that activity ends, you can get the PIT handoff completed, but PIT handoff cannot get started until the end of the dealer activity. So whenever you start it, the PIT handoff needs to get done by August 1st. So even if you get it started early or not, by August 1st, you need to finish off the PIT handoff. नेटवर्क डायग्राम हमने बहुत क्लियरली एक्सप्लेन किया था पिछले लेक्चर्स में. Make sure you take a pencil and a paper and actually run through it. It will clarify all the finish to start, start to start kind of relationships, and it's very important for you to actually know those. Resource planning. हमने आइडेंटिफाई कर दिया, डिफाइन कर लिए, सीक्वेंस कर लिए. Now what are we doing? We are moving into the next process, which is the resource planning. Involves determining physical resources and the quantities required to perform project activities. Just a reminder that resources are commonly referred to when we are talking about human resources, but in project management lingo, resources are obviously much more than just the human resources. It is the man, material, and machine. And this is where we are actually going out and bulletizing all those different activities. So in this case, the physical resources would be people who will be doing the work for you. Facilities will be important, the logistical details, where, how, kind of activities. Then the equipment, the telephone, the cable line, the network service, internet connection, and then the material. All these come under the title or under the process title of resource planning. When you move down, the activity duration estimation, it involves assessing the number of work periods likely to be needed to complete each identified activity. It involves assessing the number of work periods likely to be needed to complete each identified activity. In simple words, ये जो activity की list है, how long will each activity take? Activity duration estimating. Activity list is further reviewed and finalized. Any additional constraints and assumptions are identified. These are all the work that we need to do under this process or under this particular activity duration estimating. Going down, the resource requirements and capabilities are identified and defined. Any historical data that you can get your hands on as a project manager will be welcome at this point in time. So all historical information is retrieved for estimating. This would be a good time to look at all identified risks also. What can go wrong? हमने cost management के lecture में बात की थी management reserve, contingency reserve. You have to think about things that can go wrong and then create buffers in your project plan. सबसे ज़्यादा अगर मुल्क के हालात ऐसे हैं तो हम लोगों को ये भी करना होता है या ये कि lot of time because of the lunar calendar that we follow, we have unplanned for holidays, unscheduled holidays. कभी वो Sunday पे होती हैं तो you save the time. अगर if it happens to be in the middle of the week, then it's just an unplanned holiday and sometimes people don't show up. अगर छुट्टी Tuesday को हो रही है तो Monday की भी off लेके 4 दिन का long weekend बना लेते हैं. If you are living in certain such circumstances, then you need to identify those in the calendars and appropriately use buffers to take care of such situation, especially if your project is 6 months or a year duration. अगर 7 साल 8 साल का लंबा project है तो there are situations you can always make up for some of those lost days. Expert judgment is used for time estimation. Expert judgment, हर जगह हम कह रहे हैं हम expert judgment को लेके आते हैं. These are people who we think knows how to do the work. They may not be recruited for actually performing the work, but they are considered consultants or they are considered experts in the field or for that particular activity. It's always good to get their advice on how long do you think this will take. But don't go by those numbers. In practical life, you should always use your own judgment because sometimes the numbers that they're giving is based on their own skill set. You have to identify and estimate what the resources that you are bringing on board, how long do you think they will take. If they have not worked, if they don't have developed an expert skills already, then the person who's actually performing that activity needs to be trained, needs to be mentored and coached in performing that activity. And then reserve time, contingency, is built in as risk mitigation. हम लोग रिस्क मैनेजमेंट के नॉलेज एरिया में कंटिंजेंसी रिजर्व और मैनेजमेंट रिजर्व की बात करेंगे, मगर अभी थोड़ा सा इस पे टच करते हैं. कंटिंजेंसी, थिंग्स दैट कैन गो रॉन्ग. समटाइम वी कैन प्लान फॉर दैट. नो, अनप्लान्ड हॉलीडेज आएंगी ही. अगर आपकी प्रोजेक्ट में औरतें बहुत ज्यादा हैं, या इवन फॉर मेन, they're human beings, right? So if it's a longer project, they will get married, they will leave your project, they will have children, they will get sick. ये जो चीजें हैं, या लोड शेडिंग हो सकता है आपको अफेक्ट कर ले. There will be shortage of resources. अगर आप you're so dependent on internet connection, हो सकता है सर्वर्स डाउन हो जाए. What if? Yes, we can identify them in risk, मगर बड़ी जो companies हैं, they usually take a certain percentage based on their estimates and put that as a contingency reserve. After you've done all these above mentioned activities, it would result in, again, couple of things. Activity duration estimates. अब आपके पास पता चल जाएगा कि how long will each activity take. Again, these are still considered estimates. और एक और जो काम होगा, और वो जरूर होगा, is update of your activity list. Don't assume कि जो आपने शुरू में identify किया है वो ही काम होगा. It is a continuous and continual development. So you have to keep looking and observing and monitoring and updating all of these documents, including your activity list. जब वो बेसलाइन हो जाएगा और कमिटेड नंबर बन जाएगा, फिर आप उसको अपडेट नहीं कर सकते हैं. जब भी आप उसको अपडेट करेंगे, यू नीड टू गेट द अप्रूवल फ्रॉम योर स्पॉन्सर्स एंड योर कस्टमर्स. सो आपने एस्टिमेट्स डेवलप कर लिए हैं, एक्टिविटी लिस्ट डिफाइन हो गई है. अब क्या होगा? पांचवा जो प्रोसेस है इस लिस्ट में, you're still within the planning phase, but now you are in the process called schedule development. Schedule development means that it is determining the start and finish date for project activities. जब आपने lag, lead, parallel, start to finish, finish to finish kind of activities date डाल दी हैं, those linkages are established, एक्टिविटीज डिफाइन हो गई हैं. अब क्या होगा? हर एक्टिविटी की स्टार्ट डेट और एंड डेट आ जाएगी आपके पास. दैट इज व्हाट द स्केड्यूल डेवलपमेंट और द शेड्यूल डेवलपमेंट मीन. व्हाट डू यू डू इन दिस? पहला जो बुलेट है दैट सेज प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट सॉफ्टवेयर इज मोस्ट कॉमनली यूज्ड फॉर स्केड्यूल डेवलपमेंट. उससे भी पहले हम लोग आजकल के जमाने में rather than waiting and putting things in Excel or Word, we actually start off our work by using some project management software. Most commonly, because it's a free software, we use the Microsoft Project software. उसके बाद another most commonly used is Primavera. Primavera is a little bit more complex because Oracle database is running behind it. We tend to use within the field of project management, at least in the recent days, we have been using Microsoft Project. So any other software tool that is available that can be used. हो सकता है कि your organization prefers to use a certain one, or within the labs or whatever software you can get your hands on may be little different. However, the concept running behind those softwares stay the same. This would be a good time to actually get started on using a project management software, irrespective of which software you use. The next important bullet will be, now you can identify the linkages. The leads and lags are identified for tasks. मैंने ये दो वर्ड पहले भी यूज किए थे, अब उनको डिफाइन भी कर देते हैं. Lead, a modification of a logical relationship which allows an acceleration of the successor task. Self-explanatory है, कोई ऐसी चीज नहीं है. Lag, a modification of a logical relationship which directs a delay in the successor task. That means don't start or give it 2 days before you start off this task. Lag. उसके बाद next bullet is resource pool description. And last but not the least, now we go out and we update the calendars. Without taking you to a particular software, but this would be the time when you will access the calendar and you will determine, is it a 5 working day? Are all my resources working 8 hours? Are there mandatory holidays? Are there vacations built into that calendar, going into individual resource? And several other things. अगर उसमें कोई टीम बिल्डिंग एक्सरसाइजेज या ट्रेनिंग स्केड्यूल है, अगर किसी रिसोर्स को ट्रेनिंग के लिए जाना है 5 दिन या 6 दिन के लिए, all those items are added into the calendar. अच्छा, एक चीज जो इस वक्त हम यूज कर सकते हैं आपको एग्जाम्पल की तरह से बताने के लिए, नॉट इवन एन एग्जाम्पल, द रियलिटी. नो रिसोर्स वर्क्स 8 hours. अगर आपका काम शुरू होता है 9 बजे और 5 बजे खत्म होता है, that does not mean that all your resources will be putting in 8 hours worth of effort in your project. और एस्टिमेशन में भी हमको ये बात समझ जानी चाहिए. In any particular day, any resource coming in at 9 and leaving it out at 5 will only be able to dedicate 5 to 6 hours of work to your project. If you're working in a functional organization, that number may get lowered. For those who are listening to me may think, why is that so? Think about the lunch, the prayer time. Take the tea breaks into account. Think about when you're going up and down the hallway to take restroom breaks. You start talking to different individuals. You get telephone calls. You have to go and look at emails, may or may not be directly related to your project they're working on. What if they have to attend meetings that are departmental meetings? You never put aside time for that. All this time will be taken out from the 8-hour work days. Some days they'll be putting in more effort. Some days they will be putting in a little bit less than the other day. So on average, 5.5 hours will probably be the maximum contribution that you can get out of an individual resource, human resource, towards your particular project. So if out there more project managers are listening to this lecture, when you are updating your schedule, the work hours need to be carefully designed and appropriately defined to indicate the real work hours that any resource may be able to put into your project activities. During the schedule development, the mathematical analysis that we use most commonly Let's list three of them. एक हो गया critical path method, the CPM. The next one will be the graphical evaluation and review technique, which is the GERT, the GERT. And then you see the next bullet, which is the PERT, PERT, which is the program evaluation and review technique. These are the different mathematical analysis that we most commonly use for developing the schedule. And you will not even be able to understand or need to understand or do it on a piece of paper if you're actually using a software. When you come to the duration compressing, the two words that have already been identified and shared with you guys are the words crashing and the fast tracking. Then we also could use other simulation techniques or softwares, for example, Monte Carlo. Let's spend a minute or two on each one of these tools. सबसे पहला, critical path method determines the early and late start and finish date for each activity. By using this particular method, you can calculate your float and find the least flexible activities. It would be a good time to actually go back and look at that activity where we calculated the early start, early finish, late start, late finish kind of days, and then we found out the critical path. PERT is another one. PERT की हम अभी आपको definition और formula देते हैं, and then we will try to actually test you later on, giving you a hint on what to expect. Uses weighted average duration estimates. PERT or the PERT, which is the program evaluation and review technique, uses mean. For all of you out there that are also taking statistics, what is mean is the average instead of most likely estimate used by CPM. PERT की calculation में हम तीन चीजें यूज करते हैं, तीन ड्यूरेशंस. एक होता है ऑप्टिमिस्टिक, अग्रेसिव डेट और ड्यूरेशन. एक होता है पेसिमिस्टिक और एक होता है मोस्ट लाइकली. कोई एक्टिविटी आप कर रहे हैं एंड इट्स अ रिपोर्ट. द ऑप्टिमिस्टिक डेट is that it should get done in 4 weeks. The pessimistic date, if everything does not go well, if I don't understand it, then optimistic being 4 weeks, the pessimistic date will be the 6 weeks. अब most likely क्या होगा for this particular report? Maybe 5 weeks. So optimistic is more aggressive. If everything goes well, if I know what I'm doing, I can get it done in 4 weeks. If things don't go as well as I planned out to be, 6 weeks, most likely 5 weeks. ठीक है, ये तीन numbers आपके पास आ जाएंगे. The weighted duration, in this case, optimistic 4, pessimistic 5, 9. Most likely is 5. 5 times 4, 20. So it's 29 divided by 6. That is the weighted duration of it. So 4 point something. 4 almost 5 weeks. ठीक है, इस तरह से हम weighted duration calculate कर लेते हैं. स्केड्यूल डेवलपमेंट में दो वर्ड्स को बहुत कॉमनली यूज किया जाता है, मैक्सिमम अमाउंट ऑफ कंप्रेशन फॉर मिनिमम एडिशनल कॉस्ट, और एक और वर्ड जो यूज किया जाता है वो है फास्ट ट्रैकिंग, ओवरलैपिंग ऑफ सीरियल एक्टिविटीज. एट दिस पॉइंट of lecture, let me clarify something. It's good to know few of these things. It's good to know PERT and GERT. Magar, because the focus of this class is giving you a general project management overview, we will not be focusing on actually testing you on crashing or fast tracking kind of situations. These should be dealt in more depth with written examples, solving problems in your project constraint management class. For the purpose of this class, it's only need to know. You should know what crashing is. You should kind of know what fast tracking is. But we will probably not be testing you on certain issues or problems related to these techniques. Crashing or fast tracking, these are very skilled kind of things that really need to be worked on and understood. जो आखिरी प्रोसेस है, we've done all of it. हमने डिफाइन भी कर लिया, सीक्वेंस भी कर लिया, रिसोर्स भी एलोकेट कर लिए, हमने उसमें टूल्स एंड टेक्निक्स भी यूज कर ली, एंड नाउ वी हैव डेवलप्ड एंड एस्टिमेटेड अ स्केड्यूल. All that is done. And what are we doing now? All that was done in which phase? The planning phase of the project. Once everything is committed in the planning phase, by the customer, by your end users, by your own project organization, everybody feels good and happy and committed and dedicated to meeting those timelines and those goals and targets, then we have typically moved ourselves into the execution phase. While we are doing execution, that means we are doing the work, we are getting our hands dirty by performing those activities, by executing or implementing those activities that we have defined in the planning phase. While we are executing and implementing, we are also monitoring and controlling, making sure that what we had planned is actually being implemented in this particular phase. And every time we are going above and beyond or lagging, we need to track and we need to have a reason why we are not, why are we doing so well, or why are we actually lagging behind. You would question, why would we come up with reasons as to doing so well? Yes, there is a reason. जब हम बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छा परफॉर्म कर रहे होते हैं, तो one thing that the customer can also ask you is, क्या जो estimates थे, they were buffered too high? The contingency was put in too high? That means कि जो 4 दिन का काम था, हमने उसको 10 दिन में किया, और डिले करते करते भी जब हमारे लोग आए तो वो 10 दिन के बजाय अब वो 6 दिन या 8 दिन में काम कर रहे हैं. That means we are continuously doing work faster than what we had predicted. Project manager would be in a happy state at that time, but be ready with reasoning as to why continuously and continually we are performing better than what we had planned. या तो ये कि हमारे skilled resources आ गए हैं, या we paid resources more, or is it a performing team? जो भी reason है, we should be able to put that in there. या ये कि security conditions इतनी अच्छी हो गई हैं कि हमने जितने unplanned holidays या security concerns के लिए buffers रखे थे, we haven't been able to use that, fortunately, alhamdulillah. ताकि ये भी एक reason हो सकता है हमारा बेहतर करने का. मगर बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छा करना या बुरा करना, in both situation, project manager can be put in a situation where you have to guard your estimates or where you have to defend your estimates. ठीक है, यहां से चले हम और पहुंच गए monitoring and controlling phase में. अब हम क्या करेंगे? We are going to control schedule. Schedule control. Schedule control is concerned with several things. Number 1, influencing the factors which create schedule changes to ensure that changes are beneficial. डेट्स क्यों चेंज हो रही हैं, और अगर चेंज हो रही हैं तो किस वजह से हो रही हैं, एंड मेकिंग श्योर कि वो जो वजूहात हैं वो बेनिफिशियल वजूहात हैं. अगर हम 2 दिन एक्स्ट्रा लगाएंगे तो वो लूप को हम रिमूव कर सकते हैं ताकि ये रिपोर्ट अब 3 घंटे के बजाय आधे घंटे में रन कर सके. या ये कि अगर एनवायरमेंटली हम जाएं तो हमने ये जो रोड में कर्व डाल दिया है, यस इट विल टेक अस अ लिटिल बिट मोर मनी, बट विल बी एबल टू सेव दिस ट्री विच इज 100 years old and will also add a beautiful landscape to this road without any traffic lights. So all these changes to the original plan. Originally we had planned this road to go straight. We'll chop off the tree, but now the 1 week delay that we've put in is actually saving the tree and saving our environment, social impact of the project. जो भी है, again we have to defend all the changes and get it approved by the change control board and inform our customers and sponsors so everybody is together in implementing of or implementation of this particular change. Number B, determining that the schedule has changed. सबसे बुरा ये होता है प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजर जिसको पता ही नहीं होता है कि स्केड्यूल चेंज हो गया है. 1 साल का प्रोजेक्ट है, 8 महीने गुजर गए हैं और अब आप रियलाइज कर रहे हैं कि ये अगले 4 महीनों में होने वाला नहीं है. 4 महीने नहीं, अब हमको 8 महीने और चाहिए. Worst situation to be in. Determining that the schedule has changed. Good project managers, educated and trained and skilled project managers, from the first status report will be looking at variances, will be identifying any variance of schedule and time and cost to predict whether they will be meeting the target or not. ये वो situation है कि other than something really falling apart, कि कोई unnatural disaster या natural disaster आपके पास हो गया या कोई unnatural activity की वजह से आपका project रुक गया या lag हो गया, other than that you as a project manager should be able to predict and defend any changes in the delivery dates of not just your particular activities but also the end date of delivery of your project or program. And then number C, once you have determined that the change has happened, that your schedule will change, you will be managing the actual changes when and as they occur. What are some of the activities again for the schedule control? Project schedule is updated with actuals. अब फिर वही वाली बात हुई जो प्रोजेक्ट कॉस्ट मैनेजमेंट में हमने की थी. प्लानिंग में हमने प्लान डेटा ले आए और एग्जीक्यूशन में नाउ वी आर taking the actual data of performing those activities. Now what are we doing? We are taking planned versus actual. Change requests are reviewed and added to the schedule. We have determined that changes will happen. Changes होंगी और जरूर होंगी. मगर जब changes होंगी तो we will take those changes, take it to the change control board. वो approve करेंगे. They are going to make sure. It's not you that will determine whether you are ready to implement the change or not, but your sponsors and customers along with your own top management will decide if you need to implement the changes. They will sign up for that, sign off on that, and then you will take that change, add that to the line item, and now what will happen? Now when you've added that particular change, your end date will change. Sometime because of the leads and lags in between, you will be able to overcome the change by absorbing the hours or the weeks. हो सकता है कि आपकी end delivery date ना change हो if your activity, if your change is not on the critical path. Again, I'm referring to the example that I did with you guys. अगर critical path पे नहीं है तो हो सकता है कि changes को हम absorb कर सकें during the duration or the estimated end date. Whatever the reason is, whether it affects your end date or not, the change needs to be added to the activity list. Once we've done that, we will review and add it to our schedule. Abhi, next step is that we should use project management software for updating and adding these changes. It results in two things. Now your schedule will be updated. Leads, lags, हर change, हर date जो होगी हो सकता है आगे पीछे हो जाए from that point onwards. एक और चीज हमको करनी चाहिए. It's the documentation of corrective actions and lessons learned. क्या कोई सिचुएशन थी कि हम इस चेंज को रोक सकते? Is it an internally generated change or an externally generated change? Is it a beneficial change? Did we miss something in the initial scope documentation? No matter whether it's a happy change or not such a happy change, it needs to be put into a document called lessons learned. Once you have done all that, then half your battle is won. Under the schedule management plan, plan for how the schedule changes will be managed, plan for change control process and procedures, performance measures. Once we've put all this together and we have a schedule, activities listed, how will we be tracking them, ये करा, वो क्यों हुआ, ये 4 दिन का क्यों है, 6 दिन का क्यों है, all those discussions have gone on. You have hired and used the expertise of subject matter experts, consultants, your own team members. Once you have put all this document together, it's called a schedule management plan. Or at this point in time, we should also have put in a process for managing and scheduling changes. ये जो change control process or performance measure है, this becomes one of the tabs in your project plan. With this will be the end of project time management knowledge area. Inshallah, in project constraint management, you will get to hear more of these definitions, these terms and terminology. But for the purpose of this class, this would be something that I consider it as a nutshell, जिसको हम बार बार कहते हैं कि दरिया को कूजे में बंद करने वाली बात. बहुत important topic है. I'm not undermining the importance of it. I'm just saying that it is impossible to cover all the aspects of it in 1 or 2 lectures. So we've restricted ourselves in 1 lecture. और अगली दफा inshallah we will come back with another knowledge area. So good luck and Allah Hafiz. Hope to see you again next time inshallah. By that time we will be approaching the end of the semester. बहुत जल्दी जल्दी टाइम गुजर रहा है. This will be your 23rd lecture और इंशाल्लाह हम लोग अब 24th lecture की तरफ बढ़ रहे हैं. अगले जो चंद हफ्ते होंगे we'll be working at a fairly high pace to cover more of the details. और कोशिश यही है कि जो 9 knowledge areas हैं उनको हम सबको cover कर लें ताकि from information and education perspective and from theoretical perspective you would know the terminologies and the lingo of most of them and be aware of different languages that are being used. मगर ये कि terminologies जो हैं वो same है, concepts behind those terminologies are the same. So Good luck with that, or at the end of the class, inshallah, you will be more educated and more learned than what you were before attending this particular class. Allah Hafiz and best of luck.